None of you seem to understand. I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me.
And John Stinsman is locked in here with me today. Like all you other folks out there in the world, where are you? And wherever you are, welcome and thank you for joining us today. And I'm quite excited for this one because I actually have a piece of work that's very precious to me because it's one of the ones that I actually have that's like this. And I was quite surprised to see that John, this person I've recently met on Facebook through Niobe Comics, as that person, right? Who created the artwork and stuff. And John, before we go ahead, do you want to just because I know I cut you off because of you were talking about Avengelyne. I just wanted to go back on that. You know, not part of the interview, but tell us a bit about Avengelyne because you know I'm holding her up here, and you know I was just saying off air that I have a large poster of you know someone which I thought was just a cosplayer, and this you know in this poster, and that was it of doing Avengelyne. But who was Avengelyne?
She was based off a girl named Cathy Christian, who was she and I actually worked together because I did Vampirella
Right.
a year or two prior to Avengelyne, and she was the Vampirella model. And so you know, we would do conventions together, me as the artist and her as the model dressed as Vampirella for Harris Comics at the time, which is who owned what was publishing Avengelyne or Vampirella, pardon me. And then she just, you know, I left and I didn't really know what had happened to her. And then all of a sudden she popped up, and the way I found out that she was around again was because she was dating or engaged to the publisher of Image Comics at the time, who was Rob's best friend from high school at the time. And I say at the time because things have changed over the years with everybody. I found out, you know, that they were based. Rob had gotten with his friend Tony Libido, who was the publisher of Image Comics, to sort of come together and create this character of Avengelyne based off of Cathy. It wasn't so much that it was based on her in any way that, you know, it sort of went into her as a person. It was just, you know, she was going to portray the character at conventions and on covers and things like that. And I think she had gained a following when she did Vampirella. So she was very popular as Avengelyne as well. And, you know, she would be with us at the conventions doing signings and stuff like that. So yeah, it was fun.
I mean, just thinking about her as Vampirella, you know, like now it's like people get, you know, that stuff, you know. But I mean, we used to appreciate beauty, right? And we used to like go, yeah, that looks gorgeous. I mean, that's why I mean I have this poster, you know, and all these comics from all the you know all those times and stuff, and you know, I've got tons of it. Sometimes I don't know where my comic is that I'm looking for, that I'm after. I don't even know if I still have it, and it's like crazy trying to find these, you know. But to hear about that, that's pretty awesome because I mean, it's not just someone who just had a poster or made of her. It's actually someone who actually part of you know, of the scene. That I mean, not part of the scene, but part of like almost like part of the company as you know, as a model.
Yeah, I mean, in the credits page, it says, you know, based on the likeness of Cathy Christian. And I think co-created as well. You know, I don't know how much she had to do with it, but you know, she was. And then you know, she was. It was funny seeing her as as Vampirella because she was a very Christian conservative woman. And you know, to portray that character was strange, but she wanted to be a model, and that was her. You know, the gig that she got, and she relished it and enjoyed it, and was very cool with it. And I enjoyed her company very much. I thought she was very nice. I don't know what happened to her. She did end up marrying Tony Libido, and then they ended up eventually getting divorced, and she disappeared off the face of the earth. And I don't know what happened to her for the last, you know, 20 plus years. I don't know. She's just disappeared. So
You know, you mentioned Rob. You mean Rob Liefeld, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, just for those people who didn't know,
Right. Yes,
I
yes.
used to work with, with Image, and
I
that's
worked at
where
Image under Extreme Studios.
Yeah. All right. How are you doing? You know, how's things? You know, how is the weather like? Are you guys under frozen over there?
Yes, we are. I haven't been able to leave the house in a week. So,
Wow.
yeah, it's supposed to get warmer this
Yeah.
upcoming week, which I hope it does, because being under snow and ice is not fun. But it happens. You know, last winter we got almost no snow at all. This winter
Right.
got it early, and hopefully this is the worst of it. Hopefully. I'm in
Well,
New Jersey, East Coast, United States.
we have the opposite problem. We're actually like steaming here. Like it's
Yeah.
quite hot for us. And
Right,
like
you got your summer going now.
yeah, so
Yeah.
that's why it's like you know, usually I like to go and have a shower and make sure I feel comfortable when I jump on here, because otherwise I'm just sweating. And so it's just, yeah, and I'm like, oh, and I'm just thinking about, wait, was it a drip of, what's going on? And so I always get
Right.
distracted. Yeah, so when I talk to our American friends, I'm like, yeah, I could do with a bit of chill in the air right now.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I like the
yeah,
fall. The fall to me is gorgeous. It's beautiful, you know. And I lived on the West Coast for half my life, and we didn't get winters out there. And it was, you know, I lived in California for 15 years, and that to me was had the best weather I've ever been in, because it was basically like spring with a very light summer all year round. You know, we never really, we'd get a chill maybe a little bit in the wintertime, but, you know, if you count 60 degrees as a chill, I guess, you know. Here it's warm, but, you know, in California it's kind of a bit of a chill. Got to put my hoodie on. Wow. You know, so.
Yeah, we do have snow here, but it's mainly like in the southern area. Like, I mean, the mountains and then the South Island. I don't think I saw snow until I was like about 27 or 28, after I got married and went my uncle took me down south to Mount Ruapehu.
Okay.
This time as an adult. No, you know, that's when I saw snow in New Zealand. I'd never seen snow before. It was fun.
I mean, the only thing I know of New Zealand geologically is what I saw in Lord of the Rings. So you have to forgive me for that, but that's pretty much the basis of what I know in terms of, you know, what not modern New Zealand, but, you know, the hillsides and the mountains and stuff. You know, very gorgeous there for sure.
It's like that, though. That's the thing about it. Those are actual natural places, and if you go down south, you'll see it. Even if you come up to the north, which, you know, with like which I'm trying to do with like our Zoolander comic book, is to actually show the topography, the mountains, but like in a fantasy world. But actually, those places exist. So people, when they look at it, they go, "Oh, that's Mount, you know, so and so and so and so," and they can actually see that. And I think
it's cool. Yeah,
and I think for like Lord of the Rings, I mean, amazing feat putting us on the map, and everybody sort of for a time there called us Middle Earth, and I enjoy that. You know? We are Middle Earth, you know. Not
I'd like to be Middle Earth. Why not?
Yeah, and we're at the bottom of the world as well, you know. So it's like, yes, we finally made it.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, what I like about living in America is that you know, you anything you could. Now you're not going to find the same architecture as you would in, like, you know, Europe and things like that, but in terms of the geography, you can find everything here. You know, from surf and sand to mountains to caves to lakes and oceans. I mean, everything exists here. Woods, deep wooded areas that go on for miles. I mean, everything that exists geography wise exists here in the United States. So, you know, where you decide to live is up to you, and you can live in the environment that you like, you know, that you think that you might enjoy. Obviously, expenses are an issue, because the nicer the weather, the more you're going to pay for it. But it is what it is. So, you know, but it's nice to have those options here. You know,
it is. I mean, like, you want to be able to choose how you live your life, where you live your life, and how you bring up your family, who you bring it around, because that's one of the greatest things as a human, is to have those freedoms, you know, and enjoy that, and to pass it on to, you know, your children or whoever else. And I think sometimes we downplay that. We don't realize how good we have it, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. There's a lot of a lot of countries where people are unfortunately suffering, and you know, I feel blessed to be able to. You know, I don't always agree with the politics that my country, you know, goes with, and there's a lot of strange things going on across the globe right now in terms of political agendas and political ideals, and I don't always agree with them. But ultimately, I'm a free man, and I'm not in danger of any missiles or guns or, you know, anything like that. So I feel blessed. You know, I really do. And anyone who gets to live that life, regardless of where you are, should feel blessed, because there are people horribly suffering in worlds, you know, in countries that we might not even know of, you know. So,
and I think that's the joy of it, being able to appreciate what you have. That's what I love about living in New Zealand. It's just like I can do whatever I want as long as I'm not hurting anybody, and you know, and I'm left to myself. And I think that's just something that, you know, is so awesome. And,